Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 60.61.5. Yes, there was something big I forgot to talk about in relation to the anime. Yeah, there was this one scene that did receive some change here. Okay, we have Raya going down to a chamber, which is basically Sally's lab, and there are two people inside of it. Who is inside of those two tubes? They open up, and it's Bato and Fana, the other members of the Third Eye, and they're both completely naked. Also, Bato is basically a lot thinner than he once was, and apparently look like 15-year-olds. Now the change here is that when they show this in the manga, it almost look like look like they're about to show below the belt. The slight visual change here is that you only see from the top, and you do see Fana's breast in the episode. Yes, you do see it. I'm surprised they didn't cover this up. This is probably the first episode of the anime to actually have actual nudity in it. Oh yes, actual nudity. I did not expect to see this to be shown. I mean, yeah, this particular series, this chapter did have it. This is actually, believe it or not, this portion that the chapter this comes from was actually the first chapter I could think of. I actually did review for the series when I first started reviewing it last year. And now I'm up to basically where I start reviewing. Wow. Who knew it took the series a whole year to get to where I started reviewing the manga last year. And of course, there's another word change. Of course, like about 15-year-old being like look like the body of 15-year-olds. And of course, Raya points out though that, well, of course, like Vato points out, despite the fact they're wet, like we have to go to this meeting hall. Like, hey, before we go, can we put on some clothes? Like, okay. And then Raya looks at Faya, and like, man, it's like you've gotten bigger. And then of course she slaps him. Yeah, which I think is so hilarious. The fact that he's staring at her completely naked, and I'm like, Fauna, he's been staring at you, but he's been staring at your naked body for about 5 minutes, and only now you slap him just because he mentioned it. Yeah, and she's embarrassed by it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was anything else I forgot. Oh yeah, and also Noel's Valkyrie armor basically failed in this episode. Yeah, it actually ran out of time with it. Basically, yeah, her body's not used to using the spell, so she kind of collapsed right there on top of her family's house, which I think is supposed to be her brother's bedroom. Yeah, so she collapses right there. Though she's basically not in the episode very much, though. Something interesting I have with Mosa, and probably in probably a couple episodes, because I think next week's episode for the series is probably going to show what happened. It's going to happen in Glamour World. Yep. But yeah. Actually, no, it's not going to show what happened in Glamour World. It's actually going to go continuing the fight where you have Asta, Gray, Gordon, Henry versus Goosh and Marie. Well, the possessed versions of them. Yep. But that's all I forgot to mention, basically, when it comes to this episode. Yeah, as far as I can tell, that's pretty much it. Aside from that one visual change, one big visual change, which I think is perfectly acceptable, and some wording changes, basically the episode did a really good job adapting these 3 chapters, okay? So yes, my next view definitely be that movie review, okay? See you next view. Bye.